Why is the game not showing? Why is the game not showing? God, I don't like games that turn themselves off when you alt-tab off of them. So I don't know why they do that. Why do they do that? I'm not, and it, like, some games have a setting where you can turn that off, but other games don't, and I don't know why that's a thing. Like, why? Is it a thingy to prevent, like, cheating? Also, Kitty with his turtle shell! And it's also bleeding out of all of its orifices. Hi, everyone. Hello. So, where did I see this? I don't know where I saw this at. I don't know where I saw this from. I really don't. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know where I saw it from. Huh. But I know I saw it from somewhere. There was another game. Wait, where's that other game coming out? Oh god, and it turns off. There's another game I saw called Skillguri. Skillgaga. Gaga. Why is everything not loading properly? Skillet. Okay, I'm just gonna look at my wish list. I'm just gonna look at my wish list. I can't remember how it's spelled. There's another game that was coming out recently. This one I saw from a YouTube video from a guy with like maybe 20 viewers, 20 subscribers. And it was just, why is everything not loading? What happened? What happened? Is it Copilot? I blame Copilot. I'm just gonna blame, I almost said Nintendo. I'm just gonna blame, Microsoft for everything. Forever. It is called Skillgill. That's coming out, what? 2 days from now, on Friday. It's a vampire survivor-like, but the map is a skill tree. And it looks cool. I'm just confused by it. And I was interested in it. Maybe not to stream, but definitely to play by myself. However, this... Hi, John Fippins. Fippin what? Fippin butts? Fippin my butt. Hi, Ruby. How you doing? I know I saw this game from somewhere. I don't think it was Twitter. And I don't think it was from Steam. And I don't think it was from YouTube. Where did I find this game from? I don't remember. Cause it might have been from Steam. Hungry, thinking about things. Oh, funny things? Things that make you giggle and make you smile, or I will boop you. The game found you. I mean, this is my kind of game. Alright, so, training day 1 of 5. Today I decided to train at the outskirts of the abyss. Why is everything always the abyss? Who started this? No, really, who started this? Who started the everything is coming from the abyss? Was that can't be Dark Souls. Dark Souls can't be originator of that in video games. Who started the abyss is the arbiter evil thing that everything comes from? Whether or not it's evil or oblivious or neutral or whatever. Like, because the abyss is cool. I mean, yeah. I saw some of the Steam reviews. Probably Dragon Quest? What? Which one? Because I don't remember any Abyss from any of Dragon Quest games I played. Then again, I never 100%ed any Dragon Quest game. Farthest I got was like 80% through like Dragon Quest 2. But you know. Dragon Quest was never a game I actually finished. It's not like Final Fantasy where I always finished any Final Fantasy game I played. The only one I never did finish was 7. I finished 4, 5, 1. Never played 2, never played 3. 6 several times, 7 unfortunately, 8 like once, and then I kept replaying it like a billion times just to play the card game. 7? Really? I don't like Final Fantasy 7. I don't like how it's played. I don't like the characters. I don't like the story. I got FE remake, FE7 remake. I got FF7 remake, FF7 remake, and then got to the Finboy section, and then went, wait, I'm not having fun, and then stopped playing it. I'm not a hipster. I hated it back in the 90s too. And by 90s, I mean 2000s, when, you know, I could process basic human understandings. Yes, and I don't like either of them. I don't like either of them. The only Final Fantasy game that I actually like... Oh, sorry. Final Fantasy 7-esque thing that I liked was Dirge of Cerberus because of the memes. And that was it. And also the funny guy. I forget his name. The musician that got banned from Final Fantasy games. And they tried everything to ignore his existence. What was that guy's name? He's kind of crazy and very funny. Yeah, I know. I don't like Final Fantasy 7. I am interested to see how they're doing the remake. Gact! Yeah! I love Gact! Gact, Gact, Gact. Gact, Gact, Gact. You know? Speaking of Gact, I pissed off my mom back in 2013 during the MLP Season 2 finale. Season 2? Wasn't Season 3. I believe it was Season 2. Season 2 finale. Because Gact from the 90s, the toy, the squishy toy, had a commercial during the season finale 2-parter. And I was in our living room at like 9 o'clock in the morning. During a holiday day, I think it was, or like a day off or something. And so I see the commercial and I just scream at the top of my lungs, "Gack, gack, 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 gack." And then my mom came into the living room and screamed, "Are you trying to make me want to kill you?" Or something along. What was the exact word she used? Are you trying to get the neighbors to come shoot us? No, it was, are you trying to get the neighbors to call the police? That was what she said. Are you trying to get the neighbors to call the police? And I went, because I screamed it very loudly at like a billion decimals. And I guess to her, 9 o'clock in the morning while she was trying to sleep, probably didn't sound good. If a neighbor heard it. I can remember something that far back. Great job, Goo. I have an amazing memory to my own deficit. And a terrible memory at the same time. Because my memory is, I remember everything, everywhere, everything. However, it is very select of how I remember it. So like, I remember everything. But it doesn't mean I can recollect everything. It's like, I can see the future. However, I only remember the future for like 3 seconds until the event happens, and then I remember having saw the future and the day and time and the moment of which I had remembered it from. And it's gotten to a point where I realize it and I just stand there and I go, oh, well, whatever. And then I just like, don't let the thing that I saw happen and then go on about with my day. I stopped a fire that way. It was very funny. I literally just stopped in the kitchen, stared out the wall, and went, "Yep. Can you see the lottery numbers?" Sadly, no. Every time I've tried to do that, I don't end up seeing the lottery numbers. I see something different. Usually something stupid. Because this is the thing. It's I see the future, but it's something that's really dumb. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I know I'll go on vacation to this one location in like 4 years. Like, what is the benefit of that? I know I will be, like, a big one I always remember back to is when I was like 10, I remembered I had a premonition where we were going on vacation to the beach not to the beach, but to a certain beach that we didn't normally go to, where we were going over a bridge. It was a very specific bridge. I forget the name of the bridge. It was in, Virginia, I think. Or northern North Carolina. Forget which. Because it was going somewhere we didn't normally go. I think it was for a school thing. Anyway, I saw it and I went, oh, that's cool. And then forgot about it. And then in the middle of the car ride, I realized it, stopped, and everything that was being said, I knew what was being said ahead of time. And I knew by reacting to it, I knew what the changes would be by reacting to it. And I was freaking out and having a panic attack. And my family was assumedly thinking I was crazy. I am. However, it's stuff like that that I can see the future of. Nothing useful. Which then, usually, nothing useful. You start writing it down. Yeah, I really, really should. Because it's most of the time dream premonitions. So, like, if I remember a dream, it is a premonition. Except for that one dream. Except for that one dream. We don't talk about that dream. Normally, dreams I remember the next day are premonitions. And I don't like that, so I try to forget them. Because I'm like, oh, I should probably write this down. And then I forget to write them down. But I mean, seriously, what is the usefulness of that? Dude, what is the usefulness of that? My brothers can see and talk to ghosts. One of them can deflect stuff. Like, what is the usefulness of this? My dad could cast instant death. Like, I got the useless stuff. Why did I get the useless stuff? You know, this actually kind of annoys me. I get the useless stuff. I'm actually gonna start crying. Like, bruh, why couldn't I have inherited instant death? That would have been funny. But no! I had to inherit megatism and being able to see the future slightly and the ability to create cognitive beings with ease. Oh, I love being able to do that. Oh yeah, seeing them off into the aether. Cool, that's useful. You'll experience great misfortune in the near future and something really bad happened on my birthday. Oh no. It's the big sad. Yeah, it is. Okay, no, wait, no. I did have another fortunate dream. I saw the answer sheet to a test. I did have another fortunate dream. I saw the answers to a test and then forgot half of the answers that I saw, and the half that I did remember, I got every single one correct. However, it was one of those tests that you had to have a reasoning. So I kind of made up reasoning, so I didn't get full points for like half of them. It was math. By the way, it was math. And I essentially just was like, it was like one of those, you know, like with multiple choice questions in math, you like have to show how you got it. So you'll get a point for getting the right answer, but you'll also get a point for showing the correct way, showing the way you were supposed to get the answer correct. So that if you came to the right answer, but did it wrong, you would get the point for getting the right answer, but you wouldn't get a point for getting it wrong of how to answer it. So I saw all the answers because I saw the actual answer sheet. However, I didn't see how to answer the questions, and I only remembered half of them. So I knew how to get to the answers. So what ended up happening was I kind of reverse engineered the questions because I knew which one the correct answer was, and I knew relatively how to answer it. So I kind of went backwards. Oh yeah, and I 100% believe that everyone has a unique gift. Like that ego thing, you know Project Moon with egos? Yeah, I think that's a legitimate thing that is real, but it's not that powerful. Like, it's one of those things that's like, if you don't realize it and you don't properly understand how to utilize it, you can't use it. You know? Like, people who can, like, talk to animals and communicate with them easily. Like, I think that is a legitimate gift that they were given through the abilities of their mind. Or through the power of the universe and a bunch of stuff like that. And whether or not they use it effectively is all up to them. Again, my ability is to partially see the future and extreme empathy. Extreme empathy. So like, I know when someone's being legit, or when someone's lying, or when someone is being not truthful with how they are as a person. Now mind you, it only works when I talk to them. And sometimes I will just ignore it because I don't care. Like an example for this, Fish Karma would make me unlock my powers again. Oh, don't worry, one day. One day, a white woman would come to you and tell you to jump off a bridge. But you have to tell her, no, I will not jump off that bridge. It's not kosher. Like a great example is that is like Bao and Shiley. I don't like either of them. I knew they were bad people the second I saw them, the second I heard their voice. You know that black guy meme where it's like, the two of them, the both of the black guy memes. The black guy meme where it's, I have no proof, but I know you did it, from Dexter, that guy? That. And then the other one where it's like, that Isolet that you hated for completely, unjustified reasons does something really stupid to make your hatred justified. That meme. That's how I felt about both Bao and Shiley. And Annalise instantly. Like, instantly. Like, that whole debacle, I knew instantly who was in the wrong and who was in the right, and there was no... And I've kind of... As I've gotten older, I've realized that Twitter arguments don't work. And to be honest, most arguments or most debates just don't work. Like, they just don't. Because, like, you're not... The problem is that when you're having a debate, you need to not bother trying to convince the person you're debating with. You need to convince anyone who happens to hear the debate. And if Twitter is a place where no one's actually going to listen to the debate or care about the debate, or they already walk into the debate listening to it without actually, like, wanting to listen to it, and just wanting a confirmation of their own biases, then, like, there's no reason to have that argument. It's like, I literally just had a conversation, not a conversation, it was more like they were talking to me, and I was looking at them, and I went, you're not going to care about anything I say to you. You're just going to repeat exactly what you just said. And it's going to sound really stupid. You're going to make you sound like a stupid person. Even if I prove you wrong by showing in-game evidence and context clues and basic human understanding of the English language and Korean language. So why should I even bother talking to you? And he literally, like, made, like, 6 messages in a row of leftist wall of text. And I'm just saying, I'm like, none of this either matters to the context or actually disproves what I say or is actually true at all. But go off, King. You do it. You got it. Same with, like, I quote tweeted Amoeba about Hanafuda, and I was like, oh my god, people are so because I'm getting so annoyed by people talking about Alan Hanafuda. And he was like, zero this, zero relevance, zero something else, 1 cameo and a canto. And I was like, do people not have basic reading comprehension? And then his response to that was, what was their relevance in Canto 8? I knew it. Shut up! Shut up! It did, but shut up! And I literally looked at that, and if I was like 17 again, 18, even 20, I would have gone really mad and gone into a big Twitter rant, a Twitter war over it, and been like a 6-year-old screaming about their toys being messed with, which I did do. I did do that. I heard that's what I did and knew, oh god, I'm heavily autistic. Why did no one realize that ahead of time? I don't know. But, you know, tism. What can you say? Anyway, I literally just looked at it and I was like, I'm not even gonna bother commenting on this, because it's one of those things where it's like, even if I take this seriously, go into serious mode and go, okay, I will treat you like a serious person and answer your questions and talk to you like a normal human being and have a conversation and a debate about the actual relevancy of Hanafuda and Alan. But it will end up ending in me feeling like I'm talking to a mentally challenged raccoon, except the raccoon is having a heart attack and is also a corpse. Remember, modern fans don't care about learning the lore. They just was a fandom to congregate and belong. God, I hate that so much. God, I hate the word fandom. I hate the word fandom. I hate the word belong. No, that is not. No, hatred, hatred, hatred. No. What you want is a bunch of people that you can talk to and agree with you 100% of the time, or you can rape. That's what you want. That is what you want. That is not. That's what a fandom is. It is a place where you want to go to and be confirmed about 100% of everything you say, and also rape someone. Like, that is what a fandom is. And honestly, the greater VTuber, like the thing that people call the greater VTuber community, that is the exact same thing. That is just a fandom, but VTubers. And it is what is now. No, it's always been like that. But the problem is that back in the day, fandoms only existed on Tumblr. You know, the place where people go to try and force people to commit suicide. You know, that place. However, the greater internet was just, oh, you like this thing? Cool, let's post funny pictures about it. And that wasn't really a fandom, that was just a bunch of people getting together to post funny pictures. It wasn't a community. It was just, like, 20 dudes in their mother's basement, cunny posting. Yeah, the problem is that those forums were like, this is my problem. There's fandoms and then there's forum groups. And they are honestly completely different. Forum groups were just a bunch of Harvard intellectuals who got together to talk about, in length, about the thing they like. Fandoms were what Tumblr was. A place where people can go to try and groom each other, and with the context of whatever it is that they wanted to make the hyperfixation at that time. Usually Homestuck, or Steven Universe was a big one, or similar stuff. Like, forum communities, forum groups were not communities, they were not fandoms. It was like 20 dudes, like either in their basement or in their Harvard office, cunny posting, or talking about in length how these two characters are probably supposed to be Nazis. Like that was forum communities. And I hate using the word community because they weren't communities. They were just groups of dudes wanting to post things and have intellectual conversations about the intricacy of anime waifus. You know? Like, that was the entirety of the waifu wars, was intellectuals fighting on the intricacies of their waifus. And I say intellectuals for a reason. But yeah, Twitter is just intellectuals. Hey. Whoever made that black edit, of that basketball anime will always hold a very close, will be held very closely to my heart. They will always stay close to my heart. That guy who did that black edit, I love him. Not blacked! Not blacked. Black. Like gangsta. Or basketball. Or... I almost said banana. Oh no, that would have been bad. I say that because I was on the tart of that time. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was too. I never engaged in the channers conversations, but I did like to watch from the outside on the channers conversations. I never engaged in it though. I was always on the outside. I was more on the watermelon. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean. It was literally the lolly basketball anime, and they made a sub and dub version of it where all the lollies were black dudes, except for the coach who wasn't changed. I don't even think they dubbed him. I think they kept him Spanish, kept him Japanese. It was more general part of a fandom. No, I was more just a peruser of game facts. And on the Facebook groups and of the whatchamacallit, the Newgrounds forums. That's what I roamed. And mind you, I never talked on them. But that's where I normally roamed. Very rarely did I ever dip my toe into the channers. Usually I saw the channers going on with the Facebook group I was in, Tracking the Chan, which was a Facebook group that just archived a bunch of 4chan stuff that they thought was extra funny. I liked that Facebook group a lot. I was a part of it. It was very funny. They would post green text. That is my favorite. That's my favorite 4chan thing was green text. And copy pastas. I love copy pastas. Dude, do you realize that we are now old enough to say that copy pasta is an unknown art form? The Zoomers don't know what a copy pasta is. That is something rare and foreign to them. And it breaks my heart. Oh god, I know, right? I know, right? I literally saw it was a Twitter short. It was a Twitter short. It was a YouTube short. It was like, people are posting copy pastas. No one knows what a copy pasta is. This is what a copy pasta is. And I was like, oh my god, what do you mean people don't know what a copy pasta is? And I saw it was with an A, and I went, wait a minute. Yeah, it's spelled with an A, not with an O. I always thought it was copy pa with an O, sta with an A, and then the meme was, oh, whenever you know it's a copy pasta, you call it a copy pasta, like pasta, as like a meme thing. I never realized until that time. I went, oh wait, it was actually supposed to be copy pasta, like pasta, intentionally spelled that way, not with an O, like a copy post, but it's copy pasta. Oh, I never realized that. I never put those two things together. Yeah, no, I was a good girl. I did not get into Twitter beef with Amoeba. I just stopped caring. And that other dude, like literally that other dude was just like, Hanafuda got booked, and I was like, there is nowhere stated that Hanafuda got booked. There's actually more evidence to show that Hanafuda didn't get booked. That Hanafuda won in against the library and got out, or at the very least escaped. Whether or not she got a book, that's irrelevant. She at least got out without dying. Well, booking, without getting booked. And they were like, no, all receptions, general and regular, were 100% lethal kills and everyone died. And I'm like, no? The only ones that are confirmed to be 100% everyone died are the actual receptions. The general receptions don't necessarily have to be dead. Because you can just, like, go past them or lose to them, and it doesn't matter. So, realistically, the only ones that have to be guaranteed we beat them in the library are the actual canon receptions. Cam lost purely as a story beat for Limbus. Hanafuda and Alan, both of them could have won. And then his counterpoint was, well, Alan and Hanafuda are weaklings and pathetic and losers, and we are Giga Chads, super powerful. We beat gods and Satan and Jesus all at the same time. So, like, how could they have beat us? That's not possible. Even if they did beat us, how? It's impossible. And I'm like, that when we fought them, we weren't God Emperors of the universe at that time. We were, you know, growing in strength. So, losing to a weak general reception would be okay, because it's not one of the story ones that matter that we beat them. Like, first try. Like, someone like, Jung's office, the chain guys. Isn't that Jung's office with the chains? I think that's Jung. We could have lost to them. Could have. We could have lost to Kim. We didn't, but we could have. We could have lost to Hanafuda and Alan. We could have lost to the, rank 1 fixer. Grade 1 fixer. We could have lost to that guy. Forget his name. Giga Chad. We could have lost to him. Or her. I forget which one it is. Could have lost to them. And it's like, well, the library was 100% kill everyone. And it's like, no. Another problem with this is that the way Faust explains it is, Faust explains it in a way that states that it's not Faust saying it, so it's not Faust's own knowledge, it's the Faust. It is the Faust making this statement. The Fausts say, oh, these two people are the only ones to have survived she literally says, oh, those two, ... minds running, are the only ones to have survived the library. They would be the only ones who would possibly know how that library worked. They would be the only ones with the answers. Probably. And that probably is obviously a Arfos saying probably because, you know, she doesn't know. The Foss do, but she doesn't. So she just has to go, well, this is what they're telling me, so I have to assume that that's the case. You know? And then his other comment was, well, why would Jiakui bring them in as the answer to the immortality of the body or the mind? And it's like, dude, the library has the answers to everything in the universe. Like, more than likely, they would just go and go, yeah, no, the books in there, they were legit. You could have probably found a book in the library that gave you the answer to everything you ever wanted. You just had to, like, probably kill the director and get her book. Probably give you the answer to everything. You know? And boom, that is an easy way of passing. And no one else would know this. Anyone who got booked wouldn't know these things. They wouldn't be able to answer you any question. Hell, we met 3 former library people that at that time and afterwards, we would know, the entire group would know that they were former quote-unquote survivors of the library. Why would Hanafuda and Alan be specified as being the only ones to have been able to answer these questions? Why them? Couldn't they have grabbed Olga and Mika and Vane? Vane, right? Vane? Couldn't they grab them? They would have had the answers too. They would have had, if they all got booked, they would have had just as many answers as Hanafuda and Alan. However, if Alan and Hanafuda escaped the library with a book or without a book, they would have been able to actually answer legitimate questions by the Qui or whatever, and the sister and the dad. They would have been able to answer those questions. Or at least better than, like, Olga, Rain, and Mika. Game, I believe Hunkwe have folded Roland like laundry at any point except for the end game. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, hi, Trey. That's the thing. Like, the entire game is like a slow progression. We are intentionally trying to stay under each radar to not alert someone who is stronger than us. And we're taking our time to build up till we can start booking people who are stronger. So we start out with rats, because those are the only people we could beat. Then we go up to a basic tier office. We can beat them. Then we go up to a basic tier syndicate. We can beat them. We go up to a little stronger office. We can beat them. We go to the bottom rung of a association. We can beat them. Then we branch off to a different, stronger syndicate and a different office. We can beat them. And then it starts growing from there, where we can start beating stronger and stronger people. And the general receptions are based around that strength level, where we could probably beat them at that strength level, but we don't necessarily could. That same deal with everyone in that subsequent level, where we could have lost to them, or we could have beat them. Like, at the bottom, those rats could have beat us. Probably couldn't, but they could have. And same with everyone else above them. They could have beat us, but they didn't. So anyone in the general receptions, they could beat us, or they could... Really? I just saw you start playing Library of Ruina. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. Are you going in to see where Hanafuda is? They're below Star of the City. They're in the tier below Star of the City, which is Urban Nightmare. They are Urban Nightmare receptions, general receptions. Hanafuda and Alan. I think both of them. Oh wait, maybe Alan is Star of the City? I don't remember, but they're in that region. I want to check my progress. Oh, I stopped playing. I haven't beaten the game. That's funny. I know all the endings. I know everything. Mostly because I wanted to read up on them. Because I was like, oh, I'm not enjoying fighting these higher level things. Because it really does feel like, oh, I just need to do the right answer. And I'm not having fun with that. So I was just like, I won't bother. And I just stopped playing it. Then I also streaming, obviously. But I mean, like, it's a fun game. For what it was. The music was great. Everything else, and the story was good. Just, didn't really like the gameplay. Like, I did, but at the same time, it got really not fun. You know what I mean? Because, like, in Lobotomy Corporation, if you got stuck, you knew you could at least, like, grind out your members and get a little better egos. But in Library of Ruina, if all 4 paths you have to choose from you're stuck on, you're like, and once you get to that point in the game where everything is like, nuke your entire team and then hope your second team can tank it or abuse every possible thing ever, it's like, oh, I'm not gonna enjoy this. Like, it was literally the Gebra fight. I started the Gebra fight and I don't think I ever beat her. Because I was like, oh, I'm not enjoying this fight at all. I'm not. It's not even that it was necessarily hard. I knew I could beat it if I cared to, but like, I was just like, Didn't like it, honestly. Kind of sad too, because I do like the game. It's just, I guess I got filtered, I guess would be the right term. But, you know, it is what it is. Which is weird that I got filtered by a difficult game. Still stalking Queen of Hatred? Yeah? No, wait, what? Really? Queen of Hatred was easy. Well, I didn't even cheese her, too. I didn't even cheese her. That's another thing. I never used the cheese stuff. That's the other thing. Because it really did feel like you had to figure out, like, oh, these are the things that are broken. These are the teams that are broken. Use those. And it felt like the game was designed around those rather than properly figuring out a build that works per, like, setup. You know? Like, oh, figure out the characters that are busted and the setups that are busted, and then just use those for, like, 90% of the game, and then switch over to another set for the other 90% of the game. It's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to use full stop for 90% of the game. It's not fun. But yeah, like, I knew the second that they liberal wall text me, I was like, oh, there's nothing I can do with this. There's no talking this out. There's no answering or debating. It's just, only time I got close to beating her was spamming burn, and even then I just felt ranged cards. You beat her with range. I believe the cheese with her is using full stop. Specifically for that fight, specifically to cheese her. I believe. I forget specifically. Hi Aaron, how you doing? Alright, I'm gonna actually start playing the game, by the way. I know it's been 50 minutes. I did the VTuber thing of not playing the game for an hour, playing the game for 30 minutes, and then talking for another hour, but I'm not doing that second part. Third part. I'll do the second part, except elongate the amount of time played. This is your hand. It shows you the cards you can place on your turn. That is not a rat. I'm gonna need some coaching later. I need to actually play the game more, honestly, personally. Okay? Select a card from your hand and put it on the board. That's a rat. Look at this guy. Look at him. That's a rat. Sammy currently airing called Tojima wants to be a common writer. No. Will you coach me, Manager Jelly? Do you think I'm good at the game? No, I got coached by Gurren for the first bit. Well, I got coached on how to build it, on what was the broken stuff, is what I got coached on. And I was like, okay, and then I started to do my own thing, and I think it annoyed him. Or something, I forget. It's been, what, a year? I don't remember. This move's damage is indicated between the parentheses. I did. My copywriter friend told me it's good. I don't watch anime. That's the thing. I don't watch anime. So I wasn't reading. Oh, once you've selected your move, you can end the turn. Oh. Bite! Rude. I want to place my other rat. Want to place my other rat, though. But unemployed man having a midlife crisis and becoming the villain from the original Kamen Rider series called Shocker! I'll follow you to the ends of the earth! No new tames. Unlike every fool before me who dared to dive into the depths of the unknown, I want to return from the abyss alive, and such I continue to practice how to fight. That was a fish. That's a rat. He's a fish. He's a fish. Party move. Always to hit first within the lane regardless of speed. If both creatures have priority, the fastest will hit first. Oh, so that other one is speed. This is the speed indicator. A slower creature can die before it has had a chance to attack. The enemy attacked first because its speed is higher. Shocker! I'll follow you to the ends of the earth! Hassan Piker! I'm going to kill you! In Minecraft, right? No! In real life! Oh, I'll taking two. God, I love that meme. Enemy attack first because its speed is higher. Some moves hit first regardless of the creature's speed. Use a priority move to kill the enemy before it has a chance to attack. Okay, so that's speed. 2-1 is the damage. So that attacks first because priority. What another crazy thing is though? Chicken butt. There is one enemy remaining, as you can see on the enemy counter above. The new enemy's speed is identical to yours. Both creatures will attack at the same time. So if I do the strong hit, they hit at the same time. And my... No! My fish! That was my fish! That was actually a real world with monsters and everything. That's funny. My heck butt cat just learned how how doors work. Oh no. Oh no, my fish. I think I've got the basics down, but I still need to familiarize my... Why does he only have 3 health? 4? Hey, what does that mean? Familiarize myself a little bit with these creatures. I'm sure I'll be able to observe more unknown specimens the deeper I go. But for now, I'll stay at the surface for a little bit longer. Here comes another one I need to fight. That's a squirrel. That's his penis! Oh, that's his other leg. Oh, I thought that was a penis. What? Okay. That's a leg. That does not look like a leg. The enemy will use a different move this time. The move an enemy will use is always highlighted in green. Got it. Why would I use anything else other than slapping them? Your companion is about to die. Retreat it using a whistle. You can use it once per turn. Beware, if one of your creatures dies, it's lost forever. Note, retreated creatures go into your discard pile. Oh no. Fight him. Again. Ow. What? It's your draw pile. You draw one random creature from it per turn. When it is empty, your discard pile is shuffled to create a new draw pile. Okay. No! My squirrel is back! My poor squirrel. Whistle him back again. Bring you in. Fight. I'm smart. Heal your creatures by giving it a berry. Items are stored in your backpack at the bottom. You can use as many items as you want in a turn, but only on a creature that are on the board. Meat. Tames wild creatures. Heals allied creatures effective on carnivores, on herbivores, on berserkivores. What do you mean a fish? It's meat. I'm sorry, but if you can eat meat, you can eat a fish. Ow, bonk. Ow, bonk. The enemy is weak. Time to tame it. Okay, yeah. The lower creature's health, the better your chances of taming it. If it has one left, its favorite food will always guarantee to tame it. Tamed creatures will join your party at the end of the battle. Now, both of those happen. Both of those are effective. Yeah! I can name them. Beat it, Fishmail. Oh, no. Oh, no! My squirrel's gonna get insta-killed! Oh, I'm so sorry, squirrel. Tame the sword bird. Burb. For my next training session, I'll go to an open field and see how I do against multiple creatures at once. I've heard that the deeper you go in the abyss, the more creatures you have to fight at the same time. I'm quite anxious about this expedition. In any case, I still have to fight. The train will not keep the cards you tamed. That is a dinosaur. Oh my god, that... Two things. Thing one, is there any other things? Silk beetle. All lanes. Ew. One thing. Very important. That is just a monster hunter monster. That is just Kukulaku. Except red. That's just Kukulaku. That is just Kukulaku. And that's just a Pokemon. That is just a Pokemon. In this battle, there are 2 lanes. Ooh. Each lane is independent, and the turn goes through each lane, from left to right. Each creature only attacks the opposing lane. As always, speed determines who attacks first in the lane given. Creature has no target in front of it. It will instead attack the closest creature in another lane. That means... hit you... 2, and then... hit you for 2. Cuckoo. Ow. Ow. There. You can move your creatures into a different lane by dragging and dropping them. You can do this as much as you want in a turn. Oh. Okay. Bonk. Ow. Ow. Bonk. And then... well, actually, whistle one of you. Bring you out. Bonk. 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 Warning, with this move, the enemy will hit creatures in other lanes in addition to its own. Correct, which means I need to whistle. And then bring out my other guy. And no one has to die. Hey. You know what? I thought it was gonna shoot a water beam. But yeah, there's even a part where there's a random people running down street to fight our heroes. And they transform into guys in gimps. Yo, Gimpies? Gimpy? Oh, well, that's awkward. That was unnecessary damage. Never seen the different properties an abyss creatures can have, but now is the time. Hey. The enemies will kill you in one hit, and you don't have a priority move to hit them first this time. Use the items in your inventory to inflict weakness and reduce their damage. Parasitic water. But it's a parasitic organism. I'm assuming it wants me to dump it on each one. You can see which effects the creature has by looking at the icon under this card. By hovering over the card, you can read each of its effects descriptions. No, effects are removed from the creature when it's retreated. Anyway, I'm gonna bash you. Go my beetles! These enemies have a talent, passive ability, that makes them immune to weakness. This time, use the items from your inventory to give sturdy to your team so they can resist the hit. Give sturdy. Take 1 less damage when hit. Yeah, except from poison. Because of course. Ow. Get the toilet now. Look. Alright. This enemy will inflict poison, which bypasses sturdy. Use a syringe to infuse a talent Venom Cure into your team, making them heal from poison instead of taking damage. Heals this creature instead of inflicting damage. It's all colorfully. Bonk. Bonk. Now it's enemy move has a limit use, which means it can only be used once per battle. The number of uses is indicated next to the move remaining max. Oh, well, that sucks for you, I guess. I want the jelly. I want the jelly, though. Oh, that's gonna get annoying. No new tames. Well, I suppose my training is complete. As I stand at the edge of the enormous crater, there's only one thing I keep asking myself. Will I die? Yes. It's now time for you to choose which path you'll take. Okay. Take a look at the enemies you'll fight. Okay. If you win the fight, you'll earn these item cards. Okay. In addition to the items, this event will happen. Place food as bait to attract and tame a creature. Now let's check the other options by using the arrow at the bottom. Okay. As you can see, this encounter has different enemies. No, it doesn't. The same enemies. Except a monkey. Now it's a monkey. And different rewards. And a feature move that deals 9 damage to all enemies but kills your creature. No! Choose the one you prefer and start the fight. Give Swift for 1 turn. Inflict 3 slowness. Giga powerful fish tamer. Extracts a talent or a move from a tamed creature. The ability can then be given to another creature. Goes to health, tames wild creatures, heals allied. I'm assuming that heals 1. 3 rats. A lantern dog. 4 rats! When placed, gains 3 for 1 turn. Fight Swift. Ah, yes. Rat. The opposing enemy has vulnerability. Interesting. No talent. Feces throw. That's just another monster hunter. Defection adds glowing substance to your inventory. who's in my hand. Very cool. What do I have? I have 1 meat, 1 fish, 1 berry. When placed, inflict poison to the opposing enemy. Same creature, different abilities. Poop Taunt. Gains attack power and speed. Are there any scary games you're planning to play on Halloween? That no human game? I might end up playing that. I don't want to do this one. But, like, I don't like the creatures. Kind of the problem. I don't like the creature rewards. I don't like the item awards. And this one, I kind of like the item awards, but I don't like the event. And I like the creatures, but I don't like the event. And I'll probably play like 1 or 2 other spooky games that I'm unsure of right now. But it's that no human game. Yeah, the no human game. The I am no human, I scream no human, goo 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 gaga. I'll probably play the Skill Gill on Saturday probably. But other than that, I don't really have any other scary games I saw that I was like, oh, I want to play that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Horror Papers, Please. Yeah, that one. I'm thinking about that one. That's the big thing. Maybe Chronos? But I don't know how that game works. Another problem is I looked into the horror tag, the horror sale thing, and a lot of the games are not horror games. RPG games got you covered? I mean, yeah. Yeah, like, I was looking at them and I was like, none of these are scary games, though. They're either haha funny, play with your friend games, or not scary games. Maybe I'll get Silent Hill F, but it's a not Silent Hill game, and I've heard mixed things about it. Pretty much it's a good game, but it's not a Silent Hill game. Maybe this Chronos, the New Dawn, I saw it, a couple people playing it, and I asked, Snake, but he didn't tell me anything. At least not yet. This Into the Dead Our Darkest Days I thought was interesting. It was like a what if this War of Mine was a zombie game, and I was interested in that. Heck, why is Lobotomy Corporation in psychological horror? Like, some of these things are in this, are like, there is no reason why this should be in here. They are not horror games. We'll play Repo together, lol. I mean, I'm down for that. Sure. I need to play games with people. I am literally looking through here trying to figure out what games would be a spooky game to play. Because it's so... Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of these games are on here on this horror games are all games like, you know, Repo, you know, or... Because it's self-inflicted torment of playing Lobotomy Corporation. I mean, I liked Lobotomy Corporation. I didn't think it was spooky. I didn't think the game was too hard. It was silly, but it wasn't like it was hard. Like, Nine Souls is on here as a horror game. Like, come on, man. Survival, like the survival crafting horror games are not horror games. They're just DayZs. rip-offs. Like, bruh. What was the game before the Arma like? What was the Arma 3 mod? Was that DayZ? Was DayZ the Arma 3 mod? And then there's that jump scare lady. Well, that's true. But I don't like, what is this? Whisper Mountain Outbreak. That looks kind of cool. Online co-op. Again. Why? Like, so many of these games, like, they're not scary, they're not horror, they're action games, or they're, they just have a spooky name. Horror roguelites. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these are super scary. Mormons? Free to play? I'm gonna look at that later. I don't know, man. It's just like, ugh. So it's hard to try and find games that are actually, you know, horror-y games. Aren't just, oh, we are saying it's a spooky game, but it's not really spooky. What the hell is this heckin'? It's very cute, but it is a Pokemon / Earthbound game. Pipkin, a creature collecting, cute RPG collectathon turn-based combat, and it looks like, what if you put Pokemon into Earthbound? I'm going to add that to my wish list. Survival crafting, porn, awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Yep. That's what that is. At least it's a good survival horror game. I love Resident Evil. Alyssa? I wish I saw that. I wish I saw that game. I wish that was a game that existed. Instead of fake games. Man, I love fake games. Then again, I actually don't really like horror games very much. I get scared very easily. Well, I get scared easily, but at the same time, I don't. It's weird. If it's a psychological horror, it's not so bad. But when it's like an action horror game, I get scared very easily because I don't want to take 2 steps and then die and then freak out and have a panic attack. But like with a psychological one, it's like, oh, I know nothing's gonna kill me. It's just going to try and be spooky. Or if it does kill me, or like a survival horror. I'm cool with those sometimes. But like just this game is supposed to be the big spooky and give you a heart attack? I don't want to have a heart attack. No, thank you. I don't like having the capability of fighting back, if that makes sense. Unless it is a psychological horror. At which case I'm fine with it. It's very weird. Very weird. I'm now just looking at new horror games on the new horror game tab, and all of these kind of suck. None of them look fun or interesting, or necessarily more spooky than, ooh, it is dark and there are dark people in here and spooky monsters. Ooh. It's also weird that I can watch people play horror games and I don't really get spooked that much, but if I was to play it, I would die. Also, another roguelike deck builder. Very weird. What about Little Nightmares? I never seen or played Little Night. Like, those types of games, I don't really think they're scary. They're more, like, confusing than anything. And weird. Than actually, like, spooky. That's the problem. A lot of games are not necessarily spooky. They're, like, I don't know. I don't like jump scares very much. I don't like the anticipation of a jump scare. No, you know what? I don't like the anticipation of a jump scare. I don't like thinking, oh, there's going to be a jump scare here. I don't like that feeling. Anyway, has one for every extra danger level the opposing enemy has compared to this creature. Well, good thing I don't have any of those, so that's not going to happen. Yeah, buy an adrenaline one. Can be used only while at 1. I don't like that. Don't do that. I don't like this one because I don't like walking into this fight, getting hit once, and then boosting them. I also don't like... It's twice as likely to be tamed. This effect can stack. Oh, well. There's something to be said about horror as a genre and horror as this. Like, yeah, that's the thing. I like the aesthetic. I like horror games. Just like, most of them are like just jump scare anticipators. And I don't like jump scare anticipators. Like with Repo, I don't want to walk up and then get in. Like, that's my problem with Repo. Everything's like either an insta-kill or it's a joke. Like, if you have multiple people, it's kind of all a joke. But if you're by yourself, it's like everything is insta-kill and you start getting paranoid about getting insta-kill. And I don't want to get paranoid about getting insta-kill. I like this one. I like this one. The only problem is that, like, is it a 2-lane or 1? It looks like 2 lanes. However, I don't like that. I don't like that. And I don't like that. And I don't really like the items you get. Get one of each of those for taming purposes. Higher chance for that. Also good. You know what? I might want to play Crow Country. I did want to play Crow Country. Like, Mo says the aesthetic of horror, but it's an action game. Yeah, yeah. I don't. Phantom Mag. Teach a move that deals 9 damage to all enemies, but kills your character and your creature instantly. I don't want to insta-kill. I don't want to make a walk. I don't want to make a kaboom. I don't want to make a bomb. Thank you very much. Guess I'll go with this one. Yeah, I guess I'll go with this one. Scratch, charm, instant death. I could yoinky sploinky it. I like this monkey more. I like this monkey more than that monkey. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's see here. Dope poop deal 2 damage. That is a monkey. They like meat. 25% chance. They like meat. Oh wow, that's funny. I could instantly tame you with fish. That's funny. I could instantly just tame you with fish. Huh. That's funny. Freebie. Freebie! I don't remember if Fran Bow had... Well, the problem with Fran Bow is I've already seen 6 different people play that. Oh. I didn't think that one through. I didn't think that one through. Rat. Rat. Bite. Bite. In turn. Ow. Ow. After the turn is played out, you can choose to undo the turn if you made a mistake. Be careful as the button will disappear if you make any action after the turn. You can't undo an tame attempt. Okay. That will instantly KO. That will instantly KO whoever gets swung on. And I want them. I want them. I may just have to sacrifice a rat. I think I'm just gonna have to sacrifice a rat. I think... Oh, wait, well, I could kill it. But I don't want to kill it. I guess... Choose an essence to extract. So let's take... When place gains 3 speed. I'm gonna take that away. Because you're gonna die, and I like that, so I want to keep it. You're dead. Hit you. Sorry, little buddy. And then tame you. Because I really want you. Poisonous frog. Spits poison. Gains buff from poison. Low tier god. There we go. Yeah. I think I can hear some noise around here, but there's no creatures inside. Perhaps I could place food as bait to attract the noisemaker. So I got... So he gained 1 health after the fight. Got it. Yeah, place food as bait. Yeah, I already have a meat, so place a meat. He just seemed docile, so I was able to tame it. Okay. Interesting. Restore 1 health to itself. Regain health when dealing damage. I feel like Vampirism would be useful for an attack like Furious Claw where it hits twice, so it heals once per hit, I'd assume. However, I love Poison. But I like Poison. Just like in battle, your items are usable in between fights by accessing the backpack. You can also choose to release some of your creatures by accessing your deck. Is there like a limit? I assume, like, that's the limit right there. So, either hunting ground, select 1 of 3 food items, or gamble for the prime food. Spend 1 food to increase max HP for all creatures that like the food. Ooh. Venomous Bite. It hits all lanes, inflicts poison to all enemies. When placed, inflicts defense down to the opposing enemy. Hits all lanes and restores 1 health to itself. When placed, gains the moves of the ally to its left. Resets on retreat. 2 berries, an empty syringe. Ooh. And I can give... So I'm assuming I can only give 1 talent. 1 talent per card. Like, I can't give this guy another rush, essentially. Huh. Okay. Let's do this fight, because I want the feast. When placed, inflict defense down to the opposing enemy. Oh, well, this kind of sucks. We like fish and fruit. Well, the guys in the back. That's fast. When placed, gains a move of the ally to its left. A spontaneous effect that triggers at the exact moment the creature is placed on the board, even if it's the only card in the lane. Alright. That will do 2 damage. I'm assuming the second it gets placed, you will take that 1 extra damage. So, that will... You will do 2, and then 1 to me due to poison. So I could sack you. What I could do is put you down here, do 2 damage, use you to Hydro Slap, or I could guarantee kill you, but then one of them would get placed. Yes? Okay, so that's only when they get placed. That's good to know. It's all enemy lanes. Use that to kill. Bonk. Ow. Okay, yeah! I like that. So what I can do is whistle you. place you. Hit with that. Hit with that. And then in turn. Because I will take 2 damage from that. Hit back for 2. Poison them. They'll hit both of us. However, you will heal 1 from that. And that will kill. That will do 2 damage. I can recall you to prevent you from dying. Swift. What is all my guys like anyway? My guys like everything. All of my guys like everything. Can I see what you guys like? I kind of like to know what you guys like. Lantern Dog. Doesn't tell me anything. Cool. Lantern Dog, I assume, likes everything. You like meat. You like meat. I have big brain. So, what I can do... What I can do... You like meat, you like meat. I don't want either of you. I don't really care about the imitator thing. Use that to kill you. Bite. Bonk. Ow! That kills. Ow. And then, I guess I could just yoinky sploinky you, I guess. Oh, I can just kill. I don't really want you. I mean, the poison's useful for you. Sure, why not? Comma, 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 chameleon. Camille. Comma, 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 Camille. 2 berries and a fish. And a syringe. I found an enormous cauldron and it was in good shape too. I'm obviously not going to carry it, but it could be an opportunity to reward my creatures and myself for a hard-earned victory. They increase max HP, so they all like everything. They like everything. Meat, meat. Fruit. I have no meat, which is unfortunate. That would have been the best. So I guess fruit will have to do. Use this and that will get +1 max HP. So all of them got +1 to max HP. Neat. Huh? Okay, so they can have multiple. Got it. Okay, okay. No one has a super giga strong attack. However, I would... Wait, okay, let me see here. Inflict venom. Inflict 3 to the target. Inflict 1 to all targets. When about to take 4 to 5 damage at once, reduce it to 3 instead. When attacked, inflict poison to the attacker. When about to take... Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Choose a talent or move essence that can be infused into one of your creatures. Poison bug. Poison? Oh, that's neat. Funny enough, that's a heal for one of my guys. Respite. Either heal your creatures, get a food, or get 2 items. Giga Sting. No! 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 No moo! No moo! No moo! Does not hit the opposing enemy. Targets enemies in other lanes instead. Hits first. Free fall. Oh, cool. Awesome. I don't like any of this. So... Huh. Interesting. Heals 2 health. Okay. That heals 2 health. Why is that? Why was that? Oh, it's not as strong. Got it. Doesn't heal as much. Yes. Oh, this is a pickle. Even move. I have 3 dudes with venomous spite. I am in a pickle. I am in a mighty fine pickle. I did not think I'd already be in a pickle this quickly. I guess use one of each of these to heal up my guys. And then... put him against him. Alright. Let's go. Oh boy, 3! Oh, cool. Awesome. I love that. Cool. I guess I can throw out all of my useless guys. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't I just do the funny? Why wouldn't I just do the funny? Why not? Why wouldn't I? That will hurt you a bunch. And that would actually kill you. Cool. Ow. Ow. You can right-click on a card to view more details. Haha, yeah, I can tell. This is mighty annoying. You're not going to die from this, so swing. Oh, no, you will die from this because of that. Huh. So what I'll have to do is recall you. Place you. Do that. Even though... Gimme rush. Do bite, because I do want you. They'll attack at the same time. You're guaranteed to die. Swing that for safety purposes. I would want both of them. That's so unfortunate. That's death. No, that's guaranteed kill. I could just place you and not choose an attack. And see what happens. Kill. That. Now I have to know. Gets both of them. That's great to know. So attack with both of those and let you just inflict that to me for... You haven't selected a move, all your creatures proceed anyway? Yes. That's good. Opponents in other lanes instead. So, I can recall you. Guarantee your safety. That will hit tame instead, this will guarantee kill. And I can just ignore that for guaranteed safety. Sweet! Yeah, it's easy peasy. And then heal. Nice! And then max out. And then, oh, you got shifted over. Well, I want you, so, come here. That's me! That's me. Took a syringe. Move essence. Exo Nod. Deals 1 damage, gains sturdy for 3 turns. Does 2 extra damage if this creature has no talent. Thumb Strike. Hits 2 times. Furious Claws. Does anyone have... No. I think Exonaut would probably be the best one. Leftovers. Restore 1 to one of your creatures 5 times. Select 1 of 3 foods or gamble for a prime food. Imitator and Venomous deals 1 extra damage for each swiftness. Oh, well. Inflict 3 defense downs to the target if it is slower. Awesome. Remove all positive effects from the target. Hits first. Hits 2 times. Hits all lanes. I don't like that. Don't like any of that. Don't like any of that. Don't like any of this. I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this. Alright then, well then, speed boost. That doesn't really matter for you because it's just pure poison anyway, so it happens at end of turn. I'm shocked you survived. No one does any poison, it's just a bunch of damage. I could technically use the poison as a constant heal for me. Yes. That's very low on health. Like, any of them will one-shot them no matter what anyway, except for that guy. Like, that's a one-shot for all of them. I guess I can just use you as a one-turn give-up stick. And Exona. I could theoretically give to you. Put 2 turns of defense up to keep you alive, potentially. I could do that to potentially keep you alive. Because it'd be... Or I could slap it on you, which then you could mimic it. I think I'm gonna do that. Alright. Let's go. Earthquake hits all lanes. Body Slam deals 3, so that's a total of 5 damage. I didn't mean to do that. You can get VOD notifications from Twitch. What? I didn't mean to do that, by the way. I didn't mean to play you. I guess I could place you. No. Well, that was an accident. You know what? I'm gonna do that so I can redo the turn. Undo. Oh! Well, and that was an accident. I did not want you to be out. Your death is all but guaranteed. If I placed you out, your death would all but be guaranteed. Except from that, from taking 1 less damage from everything. 3 turns. What I could do is place... What I could do is place you down here. Do Venomous Strike. Place you down here. Do Exonaw. Place you down here. And also do Exonaw. No. Because you would hit first Malwood anyway. Wait, hold on. Could I? Oh, I could yoink Exonaw from you, even though you don't have it. Actually, that'd be kind of useful. Because you're gonna die no matter what anyway? I don't think you're as useful as them. What I can do is Exonaw both this, and Exonaut Imitator, Poison Strike, and okay, please, thank you, and do Exonaut. Alright, so they will attack same turn. That will guarantee do 3 damage. That will buff you. I can heal you. That will drop that damage to 1, that damage to 3. Oh. Exonaut. Heal. Move you around. So that will do 2 damage. That will do 2 damage. You will not die. Alright. Let's see how that works. Okay. Ow. I forgot to do something. 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 That is what I forgot to do. I forgot to poison Silk Beetle to heal him for a turn. There we go. That's better. Okay. We call you. No, wait, hold on. I want you. Big brain, biggest brain. So... play you. To kill you. We call low tier god. Play you. To hit everyone for 2 damage, for 1 damage. And I could do that to be heal, or I could do that for damage. If I do that, doesn't matter, that would be better. Yes. Ow. Good. Ow. Okay. So, first off, you like berries? Well, you're now mine! Mononoke. Hope I spelled that right. Okay. Guaranteed slap of death. Use fish to heal me. Call beetle. And sack hellrat. Call beetle. Sack hellrat. Bite. Venom. Doesn't matter to me. And Hydro to hit everyone. I could do this. I could do Contagion. And I could do Contagion to apply damage to you. Apply 1 to you after sacking the rat. Drops that down to 2. That would drop it down to 3. That would drop it down by 4. It becomes 6. No, I want to use this first. So I can kill him. Okay. Sorry, buddy. Silk Beetle is back in my hand. Cool. Bring you back over here. Okay. We're gonna drop it to 2? Yes, but I don't want it to drop it to 2 because it becomes stronger the second it reaches 2. That's the problem. Move you to there. Get you there to rush. Exonaw. To heal it. You would go first. And then inflict poison on everyone. And this wouldn't matter. Can you tame it? That's my goal. That's my goal. I'm going to tame it, but I need to get it down to 1 first. So this would bring it down to 2. This, no. No, it won't. Oh, no. Oh, no. That would bring it down to 1 at turn end. Because that's what I would want. This protects him and prevents him from dying. From me having someone die. So return you to the deck so it doesn't actually cause you to go down to 0. Because this would do 2 damage because of the vulnerability. So that will bring it down to 2 after he attacks because he's faster. This, you'll die at end of turn no matter what. Oh wait, no, I can just kill him. I can just kill him. What am I doing? I can just kill him. So, if all things go right, that will do 3 damage. That will bring you down to 1. That will just... God. Undo. um. Ahem. 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 I recalled the wrong person. I recalled the wrong person. Yeah! '66, baby! Omega Poke! I like that menacing aura. I like that menacing aura. Alright then, when play restores one use of a limited move to its allies. Well then, that can get silly, can't it? And I got one of each thing and an empty syringe. Well then, that can get silly. Restores 1 HP to 5 creatures 5 times. Alright then, who am I healing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use syringe that can be used without being consumed. Neat. Evolves a creature from your starting deck. Well, good thing I still have Lantern Dog, don't I? One of my enemies in here gives a curse. Oh, fun. Renders the target's last used move unusable. Oh, cool. Awesome. Oh, very cool. Obliteration. Oh, very cool. When placed, gain 2 for 1 turn. Cool. Very cool. I love all of these, by the way. Love all of these. Pain Harvester. When this survives damage, but gains 1. Oh, awesome. Very cool. Acts as extra. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Oh, very cool. How do I scroll up and down? Oh, very cool. Very cool. All enemies. Oh, inverted stat changes. Ah, very cool. I don't like any of those. I don't like any of those. I don't like any of those. And to bed. Online courses start at 9 a.m. Oh, I'm so sorry. Adds Fruit of Might to your inventory. Oh, fun. Cool. Cool. Let me see here. What do I have here? Imitation? Who would I want to give that to? That would gain some kind of benefit from it. I could yoink that out, put it on Mononoke. Nah, wouldn't really be worth it. Oh, if only you were faster, that would be useful. a pickle. I'm in a downright pickle. I don't really want to extract anything from anyone. Alright, well, this is the one I'd want to do. Let's go. Ah, cool. Takes 2 less damage for 1 turn. Well, that's convenient, actually. That's actually very convenient, actually. 0? Okay. That's actually very convenient, actually. You... can go there. Or I could place you there. I could place you there. I do want you out, though, so you can do that. Place you down here. Nah. Place you. No. Place you. You can use Exona. Now I need to see how this works, because that should... doesn't matter. Gains 3. Oh, I could have killed you there. Oh, I could have killed you there. But I do kind of want you. I do want you, though. Specifically for the fruit growth. Plantasi plant. And the next one's that, obliterate. Very cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. Awesome. Very cool. What I could do is remove you. Move you down there. Remove you. You there. Have you do Exona. Have you do that. Or that. Have you go there. Do that. You're dead no matter what there. That would actually be better. Because they're dead no matter what there. Okay. Ow. However, that. Ow. But that's death. Ow. Ow. No. This is guaranteed kill. That's guaranteed kill. We call you... Okay. That's guaranteed kill. That would be guaranteed kill on you. So I go first on every single swing. So that's guaranteed kill. That's guaranteed kill. And the only one of these that I want would be... I kinda would want you. But you want fruit? I don't have that. I don't have meat, and I kinda want to save it. I don't really want you. Don't really want you. That's the only one I'd want. You. Yeah! Hell divers. Hell divers. And there we go. And the rest should auto die. That kills you, and then that kills you. Yeah! And there's no one there. Yeah! And I got a bunch. Yeah! Ivan, let the beetle by ascend a creature from your starting deck. Okay, I'm sorry, but this feels like it will become God. I was right! Lumi Swarm. Blinding Radiance. When an enemy takes damage, inflict 1 to it for 1 turn. Light Storm. 8 damage. Tornado Swarm. Hits all enemies. Lumi Swarm. Holy God, Jesus. Okay. That's spooky. Look at the bestiary real quick. Special species. The Lumia started duplicating itself uncontrollably. I can hardly believe my eyes. They're multiplying at an exponential rate. And I fear for my safety. Given the trail of destruction left in their wake, I doubt this one possessing the coordination to understand or reason. Absurd. Absurd. That's his own species. Unthinkable. The daunting meat grazers feeds on heaps of flesh like organic matter that grow in its outlandish native biome. Even the most aggressive predators leave it alone. And you'd think it's because of its size, but what if there's more to it than intimidation? Think about it. Imagine the abyss without the meat grazer, without something to feed on its festering tumors. What would become of it? When placed, gains swift. All moves have priority and hit first. Well, that doesn't matter. Your speed is 7. When asleep, has 2. Gain 5 and for 3 turns and falls asleep. Oh, cool. Turns on all enemies have one. Oh, awesome. Cool. I don't like that. One is, gives a special item that tames without fail. That'd be pretty nice. To all enemies once for every thingy they have. Well, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I don't like that at all. Okay. This group, I think, honestly, would be the easier one to fight. Because this one, I could one-shot you. And I could one-shot you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. This is a little embarrassing. I don't really want any of you. You're the only one I'd want. You'd be the only one I'd want. However... Yeah, you'd be the only one I'd want. However, the rest of them... The rest of them I don't like. The rest of these guys I don't really like. However, the healing is really nice, actually. I just need to heal my guys first. I could yoink. I could yoink. Could yoink something. You want Max? What do you like? Fish? So I can leave a fish, because you're the only one I'd want from this group. You I'd kind of would want. Just from the extra health. I could yoink that. That's annoying, so I'd probably want to kill you first. How many of these guys can one-shot him? You can't. You can't. No one hits multiple targets. You can. You can't. Okay, so I will heal you. I will leave you at where you guys are at. Leave you where you're at. And they won't want fruit. No one I want wants fruit, so heal you to max. And wait, someone who is super tanky and can hit first. You. Good. Okay. And you like meat. None of the people I would want other than maybe you would like meat. I will go into the fight first and see what happens. Okay. It's 2 times. Everyone is... All enemies take 1 additional damage. That will kill in 1 hit. That will end up doing 6 damage. because of that. If he dies turn 1, though, then that would prevent that from doing 4 damage, I believe. Or 6 damage. So, I could play me to do that. Or I could play me there to do that. Play you there. To kill. Because that would make that do 5, 6. Then I could capture him instantly. So, if I'm understanding this right, place you there. Place you there. That instant kills. This should put you at death's door. If I place you with that. That doesn't matter if you go first anyway. So, if my math is right, those should disappear the second he's dead. Yep. That is only 3 damage. That does poison. That buffs you to do, 5 damage. Poison's 1. All of your attacks have haste. So, you should instantly be got. Spoopy! Spoopy! Gain 5 for 3 turns and falls asleep. That's fine, because that's instant kill. That wouldn't matter. And you're faster and would be insta kill. So we call you, summon you. Light Storm doesn't matter because you still take 4 damage, but that doesn't matter. You're dead no matter what. That will kill you. But that won't, yeah, that will kill you. That will kill, that, yeah, you'll take nothing. For priority, that instantly kills. That doesn't matter. Bonk, that's death, and that's death. Easy! Hey, easy peasy, and I got spoopy. Rest up, look for random heal, restore all 1 HP to all creatures, look for 1 food. I would honestly rather heal everyone for 1. Trade a creature with another one of the same danger level. Fully heal. Ooh. Special Foraging. Choose between food that tames and adds the creature to your hand directly, or food that gives a random mutation to the tamed creature. Inflict Charmed. When an ally dies, a tentacle replaces it at the end of the turn. When an ally retreats, it gets replaced immediately. Giga Sting, that's an insta-kill. Deals double damage to creatures that have poison. Inflict poison to the target. Inflict everything to the target. Chasing creatures are immune to negative stat. Oh, that sucks. Temporary effects don't count down. That's 7 damage. I would instant kill, but he's too slow. Yeah, Rush should be 7. That would change things. So let's remove Rush from you. And give it to... you. Let's... heal you back up to max. And... let's... I kind of want to heal you, but I kind of want to hold off on that, and you. I want to tame any of them. I don't really like any of you. At the end of each turn, steals 2 health from other sleeping creatures. The target itself... like, and all of these guys can be KO'd almost instantly, for the most part. Most of these guys could be KO'd instantly. Fall asleep. Be used even while asleep. My problem is that most of these things would... by 1. Problem is that if I use the poison thing on you, you would go first though, so it wouldn't matter as long as I healed that's me back up to max and I got them first. Heal you back up. And heal that's me back up. I don't like the trade though. But I like the full heal though. Melee effects don't count down at the end of the turn. 8. Do I have anyone that could one-shot them? Only Lumi Swarm could one-shot them and take them out instantly. However, I'd have to hope that that this guy would not be in his place. Everyone else I could take out almost instantly. Adjacent creatures are immune to negative effects. I could put... I can put That's Me down there. Or if Curse of the Void activates, I can put Silk Beetle down there. If you spawn there, my only option would be... if it hits all lanes, that would be the part that sucks. Then I'd have to hope I get all my buff guys or sack some people. This fight feels easier, but has a worse event reward. The only one I'd want to replace would maybe be Plantassi Plant. The only one. But this one has... Special Foraging would be nice. And the guys I can get, I kind of like more. Rather have the easier fight, and I can replace Plantassi Plant, and this gives me a bunch of healing stuff. I'd rather do this fight. This fight feels a little more manageable. Do 1 damage to enemies in other lanes. Deals 5 damage to its to target. So if I do this one, whoever I choose instantly dies. Funnily enough, I can do that to KO 2 of them instantly. The only one I wouldn't be able to KO instantly would be them. Instantly KO. instantly KO. Funny enough, I could do that one to help KO them, but that wouldn't really matter. Wow, it's kind of funny. Well then, thank God I got that lizard man. And then that would be instantly KO too, thanks to Lumi Swarm. Dead. Dead. That's fine. And then you're dead. You're dead this turn. And then retreat. And obliterate guarantees death. They're both dead. They're both dead. Oh, yeah, sure, that one. Bonk. Bonk. Yeah! Yeah! Choose a creature will be replaced by a random one of the same danger level. What's funny is the only one I want to do that to would be Plantasy Plant, because I haven't gotten it in my hand once. Grimdraw. Deals 3 extra damage if the target has defense down. Inflict defense down to all allies. And gains for... Oh, you know. No, I guess it is a little bit more useful than the other one. I don't know how I'm still alive. All of my barometers have gone haywire. I can't be that far from the bottom. The humidity is extremely high. Dizzy. Or heal all allies. Something unfathomable. Okay. Okay. Immune to defense down. Okay. Hits all lanes for a bunch of damage. Cool, cool, cool. Huh. That will kill. No matter what. Huh. Well then, I'm in a pickle. What I could do would be... What is that, Impending Doom? Oh, great. It's all lanes for 3. So I can place you down to do big damage against you. Or you. I can heal him for some. I can put you down, though. Spoopy. I can bring... you down here. Hit all lanes. Obliteration to do 5. My problem is I don't know if that will only affect the 1, or because I would increase it by 1 more time, so it becomes 3 times next time. If I want to do it that way. And then... you there to do that. Because you're dead no matter what. There's no way I can save you, Silk Beetle. I am sorry. But that will at the very least do some damage. That's fine. That was fine. That was fine. Because now I can bring... I can shift you over here. You know what? I'm gonna test it. I wanna see what happens. Okay. And it's still 3. So I can do that. Place you down to do that. Hit everyone in all lanes. Heal you for your 3. So you can hit everyone again. And then... go. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So what I can now do... full heal. Hit him again. But this time move you to the center. And then that would hit you. swift hit for 1 guaranteed damage. I could dump you and then do that. But that's me! Yeah, I'll just do that. Bonk. That's fine. Summon you down. Back to my deck. Those two. Okay, what I can do now is heal you back. Obliterate. That's guaranteed death. We call... No, I can just let you die. No, but then you'd swing on him. Oh, this is mildly annoying. Huh. Wow, this is mildly annoying. I could just swing on you with that. Got it. Could swing on you with that. Or I would hit both of them onto that. I don't want that. I may just have to sack someone. I may just have to sack someone. Last move unusable. I think my move is I just have to sack someone. I guess my best choice would be to do this. Let him get sacked. Let him get sacked. Buff that up again. Obliterate you. That will kill you. Alright, let's see. Okay. Good. Inflict poison. Come, bring you back. Inflict poison. Inflict poison. Heal you. End turn. Good. Use that 3 times. That. That will hit 3 times for 3 damage each. That will do 9 damage onto him. He will not die. Hi, New Year. Hi. That will go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dead. Oh, Jesus. I just realized that applied it once per turn. You've not achieved your goal. What do you mean? What? Hi, New Year. Hi. Dragon Fister? Well, I fisted Cthulhu just now. If that counts for anything. Place inflict slowness on enemies. Every move has a chance of being a critical hit. This was my run. That's funny how it includes them. Oh, I died, Sag. Low tier god, Hell Divers, Omega Poke, and Mononoke. Okay, I'm sorry. This is a busted combination right here. Because I didn't realize that that would apply that every hit. So every hit of those 8 hits, that was being applied to. So this got up to 7. It did 3 after that 8, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. It did a lot. Would you like to join the Discord server? No, I'm sorry. I would not like to be groomed. I did it. I beat the game. I didn't think I'd do it that easily. Honestly, the only reason why I did it was because of the Lumafly. Literally the only reason why is because I did the Lumafly. Ah, so these are like, got it. Bestiary. Anomalies. Southern Crater Edge. I used to think the horrors of the deeper layers had exposed me to true fear. But in hindsight, that never came close to the utter sense of helplessness and dread I felt when this abomination first laid its terrifying gaze on me. It's impossible to tell what lies beneath this formless mass of tentacles, only that it has been exposed to the abyss's mutagenetic environment for far too long. That sole purpose is now to feed and grow ceaselessly. Fun fact, humidity increases as you get closer to it, eventually reaching up to 100%. As the eye of the abyss grew to gargantuan proportions, it must have gradually lost the ability to move swiftly across long distances. And at some point it had to enslave 2 creatures to hunt for it and continue feeding its insatiable hunger. Over time, they too became unrecognizable due to excessive mutations. They lost their former selves, and their entire existence was eventually reduced to serving their horrifying master. At least, that's what I think. I analyzed their tissue and concluded they were around a century old. The eye of the abyss's flesh didn't yield such definitive results. Fun fact, the heart of the swarm is completely insulated from the outside. I know, it was a Giga Chad. This small cousin of the firefly is completely spherical. A little bit odd, especially when you consider the lack of aerodynamism in its body. Like its relatives, it uses bioluminescence to attract mates. Unfortunately, it's not quite smart enough to distinguish a potential mate from the glow of a lantern dog's light bulb. Oh, he died, so I didn't get it. Unfortunate what? Unfortunate that I did not win with it, so I didn't... I died, so I couldn't get the thingy. Oh, Sag. However, I did not lose with you. This poisonous fog's single eye doesn't allow it to perceive death. That confused me at first, especially given how skillful it is at hunting small insects. As it turns out, its large ears play an important role in perception, perhaps allowing it to sense subtle air movements and predict the flight path of its prey. Fun fact! I was hi! Fun fact, its large ears also help it to dissipate heat. Well, why those ears don't look too, Hi, Jelly? Hi! I didn't win with either of them, but I did technically win with you. 2 unthinkables. Fun fact, they bury their dead, and tumors don't seem to grow on the burial sites. Aw, that's cute, actually. Locking eyes with one of these monsters is a guaranteed death sentence. I can't muster the courage to study it extensively, because it seems to always sense when it's being observed, and more often than not, it returns the gaze. Fun fact, it only moves when no one is watching. Well, of course it does. Among the abyss's most tenacious beast is the Tricardial hyena. This highly intelligent creature never backs down. It has located prey, even going so far as to follow it back to its nest. Its tails are specifically adapted to navigate tunnels dug by a feather mole. But don't be fooled, they are fully capable of taking down larger creatures, like people. What are you doing in 2 days? Chicken butt? It sharpens its tails by grinding them on each other. That doesn't sound pleasant. Being near a lunar pronghorn is an experience that is difficult to describe. The creature emits a constant low growl, almost too deep for human ears to register, yet still distinctly perceptible. Other life forms respond very positively to that frequency, and I myself have experienced its calming and revitalizing effects. In fact, I found myself almost craving its sound whenever it wasn't there. Fun fact, their growl is a learned behavior that they teach their offspring. Is that a mouth? That's a mouth. I don't like that. Hey, it has a little star next to its name to say I beat the game with it. That's convenient. So I'm guessing these special specimens are the ones that can be evolved. These weaker guys. So like him can be evolved. What would his evolution be? Huh. However, the Lumifly is very based. So, if I do New Dive, Scout, Veteran, Venturer, creatures are less likely to have talents, unlimited undos, creatures heal 1 HP after battle. Battle rewards are very good. Syringes don't deal damage. Starting items, 3 syringes, 3 food, and 1 herb. 2 undos per battle. Battle rewards are good. Syringes don't deal damage. Starting items, 3 syringes, 3 foods, and 1 herbs. Battle rewards are average. Syringes deal damage only when extracting. 3 syringes and 3 foods. Higher mutation chance, lower taming chance. Syringes deal damage when extracting and infusing. And bad battle rewards with no redos. Oh! Caverns of Time, Southern Crater Edge. Probably deep down the abyss, some theorize the place's highly mutagenic environment gave rise to a genetic abomination. I have to see for myself. A diary was found deep down. It belonged to one of the pioneers of abyss exploration. A legendary diver who never came back from her third expedition. The diary tells us about her intended destination, so I'll descend and investigate. Interesting. Select your starting creature. Blood Grub. Kill Morrow. And the Lumifly. Gains 1. I like that Blood Grub. Blueby. Select your accompanying creature group. Boll Weavers, Bell Rats, or Skull Crabs. Bash, left claw, right top claw. Interesting. Huh. I like that bell gong. So I get 4 of them and then 1 blubby. Gives a creature +1 HP or +3/+3 with a curse. Ooh. Don't like that curse though. Hey! Oh, but this turn only. 6 slime. It's me! Discards your hand and redraws as many cards. That does a lot of damage, though. 3 damage. I do like to yoink those. All moves auto hit last. Deals 1 extra damage if the target is slower. So that can do a max of 5 damage. Well, that's mildly annoying, right? Ain't it? Huh. Restores 2 health to its team. That can be useful. This creature and its allies. That could be actually really useful. However, I like this effect more. I'll fight you. Huh. I can just do that. Bell gong. Bell gong. I guess I could do hammer. No, I'd rather do bell gong. Bonk. 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 Rude. That's a low chance. I want him, though. It's 2 times. Heal to full. I can do that. Recall you. Place you. Do that. Good. That would hit you. Bring you down. That would hit you. Gib. Flying fish. We call you. Place you. Bell gong. Bell gong. Ow. We call you. Doesn't matter who. Bell gong. Bell gong. That's fine, because I'm only using that to gain that. Bell gong. We call. Place you. Bell gong. You like fish. Bell gong, guaranteed KO. Bring you back. Place you. Leech life. Didn't think about that, by the way. Gimme. Slimmy. But gets a curse. What's the curse, though? That's my problem. It gets +3/+3, but gets a curse. I don't know what the curse is. That's the problem. Always has -2. Ow. Ow! That really sucks. Can I, like, remove that? No, I can't. That sucks a lot, actually. That is, like, the one I wouldn't want. Choose the ability, extract 2 copies of it. No? I gotta do this one. Wait, can I save and exit? Okay. So I've been playing for 3 hours. I'm going to call it there. What is that? What is that? Okay. I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna call it there. Game is actually pretty fun. I'm actually shocked by that. Downright shocked. Its capital's blood is as thick and viscous as honey, even sharing a similar taste in its... Oh, wait, the personal diary. A few years ago, a giant crater was discovered tens of kilometers wide and of unknown depths. The Abyss. Its environment appears to be extremely mutagenic, and it hosts completely alien flora and fauna that only grows stranger as you go deeper. Unsurprisingly, the place has attracted many explorers who, limited by primitive equipment and often poor skills, have yet to document it properly. Less surprisingly still, rumors abound and stories of untold riches, giant monsters, mythical creatures lying dormant at its bottom are commonplace. Amusing tales, but someone has to come around and establish the truth. I am a trained biologist with experience surviving in the wild, and I humbly think myself capable of pushing farther than anyone before it to document the abyss. So far it has been explored either by timid scientists who documented its first 50 meters and rushed back to the surface, or by thrill seekers who dived straight to its bottom and are never heard from again. My aim is to go deep, return safely, and bring back solid, detailed documentation and reports to actually allow humanity to progress in the exploration of this place, as well as confirm or deny the existence of certain rumored creatures. I'm shocked there isn't a skill thing. Now, I'd like to check this. So it is still 8 battles. Got it. It's still 8 battles. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it would be more as you go further, but it's not really. So thank you everyone for coming out. I had fun. This game's I actually like this game a little more than I thought I would. However, I do think it has some problems. I do think 8's too few of turns. I feel like the amount of monsters isn't as much as one would want. But there's a lot. However, at the same time, I don't know if it's a matter of I'm not seeing them yet sort of deal. Weird. Like, the lower amounts are not as much as I would hope. Level requirements for bosses. Increased level requirements for endless mode and boss rush. Fixed time paradox move, not consuming limited use if no target available. Fixed leftover event bug when leaving the menu too early. From the first prototype to today's release, been filled with experience, lessons, and law monsters. My only curiosity is, I'm gonna look at their Discord. I will get groomed by their Discord. I will get groomed by their Discord. What are we doing? And it's bans. Oh, it's not bans. It's GitHub? Community local runs. News. This release day was wild with a peak of over 1,800 concurrent players. It's so nice to see everyone enjoying the game and showing off their cool combos, the new creatures. But your feedback have now made bosses unlock more faster. One more thing, if you enjoy the game, please leave a review on Steam. It would be, it is fun, but, it feels like it's trying to be like every single other, do it for like 45 minutes to an hour and then go to next run game. I don't know. Hit or miss for me. Hit or miss. Still fun though. Alright. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. As I close everything. Bye-bye.